Remarrying. After 60. Some truths you must know before doing it. In our youth, love and marriage are often viewed through the lens of fresh beginnings, growing families and long-term plans. But what happens when life takes a turn through divorce, the death of a spouse, or years of living alone and love finds you again in your golden years? Remarrying after the age of 60 is becoming increasingly common. It brings hope, companionship, and sometimes even a renewed sense of purpose. However, it also comes with a set of complexities that differ vastly from those experienced in earlier stages of life. This comprehensive guide aims to walk you through the emotional, legal, financial, and social truths that surround remarriage in later life. Whether you're contemplating remarrying after a few years of solitude or after decades of being with someone else, understanding these realities will help you make a well-informed and fulfilling decision. Through real-life stories, expert insights, and practical advice, this script will serve as your roadmap in navigating this significant life transition. Truth Matter 1. The emotional landscape. Remarrying after 60 is often not just about finding love again. It's about rediscovering yourself. For many, the emotional terrain is filled with memories of a lost partner or the scars of a painful divorce. Before entering a new relationship, it's essential to evaluate whether you've truly healed. Emotional readiness isn't just about being open to love again. It's about having the mental and emotional capacity to share your life with someone new, without the burden of the past looming over the relationship. Grief, especially after the loss of a longtime spouse, doesn't vanish overnight. Many seniors carry deep emotional ties to their deceased partners. In some cases, these feelings can enrich a new relationship, adding depth and empathy. In others, unresolved grief can create emotional walls. It's important to ask yourself, are you seeking companionship to fill a void, or are you genuinely ready to build something new? Take the case of Margaret, a 64-year-old widow from Texas. After her husband passed away, Margaret spent 5 years alone before she met Richard at a church social. Initially, her children were concerned. She was rushing into a relationship to cope with loneliness. But Margaret took her time, attending grief counseling and speaking openly with her family about her needs. Eventually, her decision to remarry was not driven by desperation, but by a desire to share her life again. Her story shows that taking the time to heal emotionally can lead to a healthier and more fulfilling remarriage. Truth number 2, legal considerations. Marriage at any age is a legal contract, but after 60, it becomes even more crucial to understand the implications. You must review and possibly revise wills, trusts, and powers of attorney. Assets that were meant for children from a previous marriage might unintentionally go to a new spouse if legal documents are not updated. One of the most overlooked aspects is how remarriage affects inheritance. Laws vary by region, but generally, a surviving spouse is entitled to a portion of the deceased's estate. This can create tension and legal disputes between the new spouse and children from a previous marriage. That's why clear legal planning is vital. Saeed, a 67-year-old retired engineer, found himself in a legal tangle after marrying his second wife, Farah. His adult children were shocked to learn that under local inheritance laws, Farah would receive a significant portion of Saeed's estate, including the house he had promised to his eldest son. The situation led to strained relationships and costly legal battles. Saeed eventually had to update his will, set up a trust, and work with an attorney to ensure fairness for all parties. Prenuptial agreements are also worth considering. While not romantic, they offer clarity and protection for both partners. They can outline how assets should be divided and what each partner brings into the marriage. It's a way to preserve harmony, especially when families are involved. Truth number 3, financial realities. Finances play a major role in any marriage, but when you're over 60, the stakes are different. By this time, both individuals may have significant financial histories, savings, debts, investments, properties, or even pensions. Entering a marriage without a frank and thorough financial discussion can lead to stress and misunderstandings later on. One of the primary concerns for seniors remarrying is how the union will affect their retirement benefits. In many countries, remarrying can alter or even eliminate certain benefits such as spousal, Social Security, pensions, or veterans assistance. For example, in the United States, a widow or widower receiving Social Security from a late spouse might lose those benefits if they remarry before age 60. Understanding how remarriage impacts these streams of income is essential. Debt is another crucial aspect. Imagine entering a new marriage, only to find out that your partner is carrying a substantial amount of medical or credit card debt. Such surprises can strain the relationship and place undue financial pressure on both parties. Full financial disclosure is vital before tying the knot. Couples should sit down, lay out their bank statements, tax returns, and debt obligations, and work through a financial plan together. Truth number 4, family dynamics. Family relationships are often the most emotionally charged aspect of remarriage after 60. Children, especially adult children, can have strong reactions, ranging from happiness to hostility. Their acceptance can significantly impact the couple's emotional well-being. Many adult children feel protective of their surviving parent and may view a new spouse with suspicion. They may fear being replaced or that their inheritance is at risk. Reassuring your children that your love for them remains unchanged, while explaining your desire for companionship, can help bridge the emotional gap. Blended families come with their own set of challenges. Issues like holiday gatherings, grandparenting, and even caregiving roles can become sources of tension. Step-siblings may not get along, and navigating these new relationships requires patience, empathy, and sometimes professional mediation. Fatima, a 62-year-old teacher, remarried after her first husband passed away. She had 3 grown children, and her new husband, Ali, had 2 daughters from a previous marriage. At first, family events were awkward, but Fatima took the initiative to organize regular dinners, encourage joint activities, and listen without judgment when her children expressed concerns. Over time, while not everyone became best friends, a level of mutual respect and harmony developed. Ultimately, the key is to set realistic expectations. Not every family member will embrace the new relationship right away, and that's okay. Patience, openness, and a willingness to work through issues can foster acceptance and unity over time. Truth number 5, health and caregiving issues. At this stage of life, health becomes a central topic in any long-term relationship. Unlike younger couples who often look ahead to building careers or raising children, couples over 60 are more likely to face health concerns that affect both daily life and long-term plans. Understanding each other's medical history, current health status, and potential future needs is crucial before remarrying. It's not just about whether someone has a chronic illness or disability. It's also about the expectations around caregiving. Are you prepared to become a caregiver if your spouse's health declines? Are they willing to do the same for you? Caregiving can be both a labor of love and an emotional and physical challenge. It can strain relationships, especially if the caregiver feels unprepared or unsupported. Discussing these topics openly and honestly before marriage can help both partners feel more secure about the future. Health insurance is another key concern. In some cases, remarriage may affect coverage, particularly if one or both individuals are on government-assisted plans like Medicare or Medicaid. If one partner has employer-provided insurance, adding a new spouse to the plan may change the cost or benefits. Advanced health care directives are also important. These legal documents spell out your wishes for medical care if you become incapacitated. You should discuss and update these directives and consider naming each other as health care proxies if appropriate. Let's consider the story of Jorge and Maria, both in their early 70s. Jorge had been managing diabetes and early-stage Parkinson's when he and Maria decided to marry. They were upfront about their health concerns and took Steps to support each other: joining wellness programs, attending medical appointments together, and designating each other in their medical records. Their proactive approach strengthened their bond and gave them peace of mind. Remarrying after 60 often means planning not just for life together, but also for potential health challenges. Preparing for these realities with compassion and clarity can help your relationship thrive, even in the face of adversity. Truth number 6, lifestyle compatibility and shared goals. When remarrying after 60, your lifestyle preferences and personal goals may already be well established. Unlike younger couples who grow into adulthood together, older individuals bring with them a lifetime of habits, routines, and values. Understanding how your lifestyles align or don't is crucial to building a successful marriage. One major consideration is daily living habits. These include sleep schedules, dietary preferences, housekeeping standards, and even recreational activities. Conflicts over minor issues such as tidiness or meal choices may seem trivial, but can become major points of contention if not addressed early. Discussing your routines and agreeing on how to share space can reduce friction and foster harmony. Retirement plans often take center stage in late-life marriages. While one partner may be ready to travel the world, the other might prefer quiet hobbies at home. Some may want to downsize and live in a warmer climate, while others wish to stay close to family and friends. Clarifying your long-term goals and agreeing on shared priorities is key. Let's consider the story of Anwar and Naila, both widowed in their 60s. Anwar was an avid traveler with plans to visit Asia and Europe, while Naila preferred staying close to her grandchildren in Lahore. Their solution? They agreed to alternate between traveling and spending time at home. This compromise respected both their desires and strengthened their relationship. Spiritual and religious beliefs can also shape your shared life. These values influence everything from how holidays are celebrated to moral decision-making. If your beliefs differ, finding mutual respect and agreeing on boundaries becomes essential. Another area that requires attention is social engagement. One partner might be extroverted and enjoy regular social gatherings, while the other is introverted and prefers solitude. Navigating social compatibility involves recognizing and respecting each other's needs. Ultimately, shared goals and lifestyle compatibility form the foundation for any lasting relationship. The more aligned your values, activities, and visions of the future are, the more fulfilling your remarriage is likely to be. Truth number 7, love, intimacy, and physical connection. Intimacy after 60 is deeply emotional and more meaningful than ever, but it also comes with its own set of considerations. Physical intimacy may change due to age, health issues, or medications, yet emotional closeness can deepen. Sexual activity may still be important, but the expression of love expands to include cuddling, holding hands, shared glances, and simply being present for one another. The key is open and honest communication about desires, limitations, and expectations. For some, past experiences may bring emotional baggage or fear of rejection. Others may feel liberated and ready to explore a new chapter of love. Counseling or speaking with a sex therapist can help address any concerns and foster a fulfilling, intimate connection. Physical health plays a major role in sexual well-being. Conditions such as arthritis, cardiovascular disease, or diabetes can impact sexual activity. Medications may also affect libido or performance. It's essential to consult a healthcare provider and address these topics without shame or embarrassment. Take the case of Martin and Ruth, both in their late 60s. Martin had undergone prostate surgery and Ruth had gone through menopause. Their intimacy had changed, but not diminished. Through candid conversations, reading educational materials, and speaking with their doctors, they developed a new rhythm in their physical relationship that brought them closer together emotionally. Emotional intimacy also deepens with age. Life experience often brings better communication skills, increased empathy, and a greater appreciation for the little things in life. Simple acts of care, such as preparing a favorite meal or sharing a morning walk, become powerful expressions of love. Remember, love after 60 is just as vibrant as in any other phase of life, if not more so, with patience, understanding, and mutual respect. Intimacy in a remarriage can be both rewarding and revitalizing. Truth number 8. Social perceptions and cultural stigma. Remarrying later in life, especially after widowhood or a long-term marriage, can sometimes be met with social stigma or cultural resistance. This is particularly true in more traditional societies, where remarriage, especially for women, might be frowned upon. Many seniors hesitate to remarry due to fear of judgment from their community, extended family, or religious circles. Others may internalize these attitudes and feel guilt or shame for wanting companionship again. In reality, these social perceptions are outdated. Loneliness and emotional neglect can have serious consequences on mental and physical health. Pursuing happiness and love at any age should be celebrated, not criticized. For example, in South Asian cultures, widows often face harsh societal expectations. Shahnaz, a 65-year-old widow from Karachi, encountered resistance when she expressed her desire to remarry. Her extended family dismissed her feelings, claiming she should live for her children. However, with her children's support, she defied cultural norms and married a kind, respectful man who had also lost his spouse. Today, Shahnaz advocates for senior remarriage rights in her community. Cultural change often begins with individuals. By living authentically and sharing your story, you can challenge outdated norms and inspire others to do the same. Finding supportive communities, whether online or in person, can also provide strength and encouragement. Moreover, religious perspectives vary. Many faiths support companionship and encourage love, even in later stages of life. Speaking with trusted spiritual leaders can provide clarity and reassurance. In the end, societal judgment should never outweigh your personal happiness. Every person deserves love, dignity, and companionship, regardless of age. Chapter 9. Navigating Housing and Living Arrangements. One of the most practical and emotionally charged decisions that can arise within the context of a late life. Remarriage is the act of determining where and how to live most comfortably and conveniently. Many seniors have already established homes, routines, and neighborhoods that are comfortable and familiar to them. However, the decision to move in with a new partner can bring about a mix of emotions and logistical challenges that may make the process less straightforward than it initially appears. It's important to engage in early discussions about living preferences and desires, so that both partners take part in the decision-making process. Does one of you want to move closer to children and their children? Or do you feel comfortable in maintaining your independence? Are there any sentimental or nostalgic connections to a current home that may influence your decision? Are you interested in downsizing, relocating to a more retirement-friendly area, or perhaps living part-time in various locations across the country? In the case of blending households, it can be quite a complex task, especially if adult children are still living at home or visit frequently. One must consider the emotional attachment that may exist to a deceased spouse's home and the potential impact that may have on the decision to move. There are also financial implications that must be carefully considered, as the selling of a home may impact your pension benefits or trigger capital gains taxes. On the other hand, renting may provide more flexibility when it comes to long-term security, but you could be limiting yourself to securing a long-term place to call home. Of course, couples may choose to keep their homes separate entirely, maintaining a committed relationship without living together physically. This concept is referred to as living apart together, LAT, and it offers a unique way for couples to appreciate their individuality while still nurturing a strong bond. The journey towards selecting a suitable housing option may vary greatly from couple to couple, as their needs and preferences differ greatly. Some may consider moving to a retirement community, where they'll have access to social activities and healthcare support, while others may prefer to live in a more independent setting. Whatever the choice may be, it's important to emphasize the importance of flexibility and mutual respect when navigating these decisions. Recognize that change can be tough and emotional, but with empathy and careful planning, you can create a living situation that supports both your individual needs and your relationship with your partner. Truth to 10. Real-life success stories and lessons learned. While remarriage after 60 can present challenges, it can also lead to some of life's most beautiful and fulfilling chapters. Hearing the real stories of others who have navigated this journey offers valuable lessons and hope. A new chapter at 70, Yusuf and Layla. After retiring as a banker, 70-year-old Yusuf never expected to fall in love again. His first wife had died over a decade earlier, and he spent most of his time gardening and visiting his grandchildren. When he met Layla through a senior book club, they discovered a mutual love for poetry and classical music. Initially hesitant, Yusuf worried about what his children would think. But their acceptance and Layla's gentle encouragement helped him open his heart again. They married a year later and now travel together, host family dinners, and even run a blog about aging gracefully. Their story proves that it's never too late for love and joy. Healing through companionship, Harun and Meher's story. Harun, 68, and Meher, 64, both came from difficult divorces. Disillusioned but lonely, they met in a community volunteer program. Their connection was not instant, but it grew through shared values and long conversations. Over time, trust rebuilt, and they discovered how deeply compatible they were. Both had grown children, and both had lingering fears from their previous marriages. They sought couples counseling before tying the knot, which helped them learn to communicate effectively and address their past wounds. Today, they say their second marriage is more peaceful, mature, and spiritually fulfilling than their first. Love beyond borders, Kamal and Teresa. Kamal, a retired professor from India, met Teresa, a Canadian widow, during a seniors' cultural exchange tour. Despite their different backgrounds, they bonded over a shared curiosity for the world and deep respect for each other's traditions. They faced visa issues, family skepticism, and health concerns, but love prevailed. Now living together in Vancouver, Kamal and Teresa celebrate both Diwali and Christmas. They serve as mentors in their multicultural community, helping other seniors navigate second marriages. Their story is a testament to love's ability to transcend geography, age, and culture. Lessons from these stories. Each of these couples illustrates important truths about remarrying later in life. It's never too late for companionship and joy. Open communication with family eases transitions. Seeking professional guidance can smooth emotional and legal bumps. Shared values, respect, and empathy form the core of successful second marriages. These real-life journeys remind us that remarriage after 60 isn't about recreating the past. It's about creating a new, meaningful present and future. If you are contemplating remarriage, take time to reflect on your personal needs, values, and expectations. Talk openly with your family and potential partner. Seek professional guidance. Financial advisors, therapists, or legal consultants can help you plan wisely. Prioritize emotional readiness and mutual compatibility over societal pressures or loneliness. Most importantly, give yourself permission to pursue love, joy, and connection. Don't let age, fear, or the past hold you back. The later years of life can be some of the most enriching, especially when shared with someone who honors your journey, respects your individuality, and walks beside you with love. Take the leap not into the unknown, but into a new chapter filled with hope, warmth, and companionship, because love is not bound by time and the heart never retires. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with someone who might need it. For more inspiring content on life after 60, love, health, and personal growth, make sure to subscribe to Timeless Truths. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a new video. We're here to bring you wisdom, real stories, and timeless truths every week. Because life doesn't end at 60, it evolves. Join our growing community and be part of the conversation.